Okay, let's see if this is working.
Hey guys, welcome to Where a Nerdy...
Yep, that's me. Okay, let's make sure all the cameras are working. 922, you're over here, good. Logitech, you're good. We'll get you over there. We're gonna show off the new build surface. Okay, 922, you should be looking at. Okay, I'll try to keep my phone off camera this time. Hey, JDC, hello. How is everything looking? I'll let you tell me if the microphones and sound and all that are sounding all right. Okay, let me get my directions back here for all that. You need a little bit more volume. Let's see. Could be because the fan is blowing and it's throwing off the microphone. Oh, I meant to do that too. All right. All right, is that any better? There we go. Do. Just cranked up the gain on the microphone a little bit, so please let me know if I need to fix that. I should probably ought to swivel this guy out a little bit better. And let me just add this to, I suppose I should add this to my Facebook page. Hey, Rajan. Okay, so volume is better. That makes everyone happy. Okay. I gotta find out where I was at in the instructions last night. I think we were on the home stretch as I recall. I think we were doing the filament sensor. Let me just double check. Yeah, that looks about right. Good. All right, let's go back to the main camera. Oh, hot day over here. I hope you guys are COVID-free and putting up with the weather. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, let's, I just post that. Will you guys stop, you know, I literally checked to make sure the cats weren't going crazy on me. And now that I'm doing this, they're running up and down the stairs. Idiots. Okay, so my phone just started beeping at me. What do I got here? That's done. I just want to check if there was anything I absolutely needed to look at before I get too engrossed here. Sorry guys. everything happens at once. Okay, well, first of all, good evening. Let's see, I got like, 2 viewers? Yeah. Yep. Sometimes that happens. I'm Mr. Popular. I thought last night went pretty good. We went at it for about, I think, 2.5 hours. And if you haven't noticed already, I don't think I showed you on the camera, but what I did off camera is I installed the Wham Bam surface. Let me get the other camera here too. So now we have a flexible surface. And let me go back to the main camera. And there it is. So back to the other camera. This is all set to go, and it's a very powerful magnet. So yeah, you could lose a finger on this thing. I have a second one which I will do a video on. Oh wow, there's a name I haven't seen in a long time. Mr. Butran. Greetings. So last night I complained all I had was water. So this evening is not sponsored by, I just want to point out, by Allagash White. It's a Belgian style wheat beer. And for those of you that are offended by drinking, too bad. So yeah, we're gonna chill, relax, have some fun working on a printer. We'll upload some firmware. We'll get this guy up and going, and we will see what happens. And if you guys hopefully are on your phones, on your tablet at home, have a beverage. Yum. The corner store I go to is about a half mile from me, and sometimes I feel like it's a school for the gifted. Went over there, and there was a young lady talking to a gentleman at the gas pump while she was puffing her cigarette, and I decided that maybe I want to get in and out of there as quickly as possible. Boom! Jack and water. That's not a bad combination at all. Okay, so last night, for those of you who, I got 3 viewers, so I'm sure you guys all saw this. What we've done is we've taken, this is a stock CR-10S, little picture of what it is. The Bondtech Creality DDS, direct drive system, is largely installed on it right now. What's nice is this installation is largely plug and play. They've done all the work for you, basically. All we have to do is plug this guy in. Since I had the electronics already open, I decided to go ahead and route the BL Touch. Using their instructions, obviously BL Touch is an additional add-on, but it's nice to know that not only do they give you the information on how to mount it, the side of this thing has 2 holes here that are made for BL Touch to attach to. The firmware they have is compiled for the BL Touch, and they include a mount that you can print and attach. So they've really done a lot of stuff to smooth the path for you. The history of the CR-10S, I recently got this about a month ago. A gentleman about 75 miles from me had listed it for sale on Facebook. Basically, he said he did a couple prints and it wasn't his thing. I got this thing for well less than you can buy it even from GearBest, so good deal. No issues. I went, met him. What was funny was I got to meet his wife, and she kind of smiled and said he didn't have my permission to buy it. So that may or may not have been reason for the quick and expedient sale of this printer. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Mr. I want to say Buttran or Butran. I just want to get your name right. I have a difficult last name, so I always strive to say it correctly. Yeah, you're right. I mean, there are all kinds of things on Thingiverse. This is modeled after the tank. Actually, it says right on it, the gentleman who originally made this design. You can 3D print his design and out of PLA, PETG, or whatever material you want. I used carbon fiber, and I want to say that was the color fab stuff. and I had some difficulties. I had cracking. When I was trying to bolt it all together, I had stuff cracking. So, Batron, okay. Gotcha. I'll try to get your name correct in the future. So, yeah, I was just like you. If I can print my own solution, then that's great. But then it becomes okay, here's my point of view. So when you're making these add-ons and changes to these printers, for example, the FT6, FT5, what have you, I have no problem going to a different nozzle and that kind of thing. That's fine. But then you need a part cooling solution that's going to work. And then if you're going to use an auto bed level, you want to make sure that is supported as well too. Some people are more adventurous than I am, and they can make their own ducts. They can make their own BL touch mounts. They can do the firmware. That's great. So anyway, what I like about this, and I already have one on one of the other printers, is that, yeah, $260, but you pretty much have it all done within 2 evenings. You remove the old stuff, put on the new one. You don't have to splice wires. You're not soldering. If you want to add the BL touch, it's all done for you. So I guess, and not to sound like a Bondtech fanboy, because they didn't offer me any deals on this thing. I paid full price. But what I can tell you that I like is I like it when I can save time. I struggle to have free time to do the videos to the quality that I like to do them. And I like that when I have a good printer that's pretty well tuned, I feel confident that I can print anything. And then when I'm dealing with some interesting materials, I know that my biggest problem isn't going to be the mechanics of my printer. It's going to be the Simplify 3D or Cura profile for that material. So, ta-da! Yeah, you keep on hitting on all the things I say. I literally have a drawer that has 4 E3D V6s. I have 2 Bondtechs sitting, and basically, I have all the parts I need, where if I printed my own duct and mount, what have you, I could probably do it on the cheap. But, oh, there it goes. But again, the big catch here is the wiring. They have, everything is pre-wired and all set. So, and yes, I'm not scared of splicing wires. My goodness gracious, look what I've got over here. I got the FT6, I got the FT5. On the other CR-10S, because I have 3 of these guys, I have a Titan Aero on that one. That has the easy ABL mount. That's using, what did he call it? It's a Titan Evolve. It's by the gentleman there, Petsfang. And that works pretty well. I don't have any real grief with that. So, of course, it doesn't have the big dual push that the Bondtechs have, but that printer is run really well. That one has a polypropylene bed that's worked really, really well as well too. So there we go. Hello, Ron Connors. How are you? Let's see. Is there anything else I should be throwing in here before we get to the next step here? So yeah, I'm enjoying a fine malt beverage. I hope you are too. And I'm going to try to do my best to pay attention to the chat buffer. I'm also going to make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing by using cameras 2, 3, and of course the second monitor is plugged in, so you can follow along. All right, I'm going to shut up and get building. So I have, on the next step here, let's take a look at what they're talking about here. Move filament sensor to new housing. And what's nice about these guys is what they've done is I got these little video clips that tell you exactly what you got to do. So we're taking that guy out and putting that guy in. And notice there's a little ball bearing there. So let me get that out of full-size view. So again, the convenience of the instructions is really, really nice. So let me get back over here and aim the camera at what I am going to be doing here. All right, let's see if the 922 is going to focus well. Okay, so we need to get this guy out. You'll take one of those Bondtechs from me? From my cold, dead finger. And just as a way to say hello to everybody, if you could because I don't recall where Ron's from. I know JDC. I think he mentioned Texas. Todd was on last night. He's from California. Go ahead, say hello. Tell us where you're from. And if you're a subscriber, that's even better. Although I'm fascinated that 97% of my YouTube viewers are not subscribers. It's just a neat little factoid for you. And no, that doesn't affect, you know, what you make on YouTube one bit. The big thing with YouTube is they're looking for two things: views and view duration. Dover, Delaware. Oh, goodness. It must be super muggy down there. Delaware, you're over by, that's where Printed Solid is. I don't know where in Delaware, but I buy a lot of my stuff from them just because being up here in Maine, I generally get my stuff within 3 days. Indiana. Well, good evening, guys. Well, if you weren't aware, I am up here in Maine. For those of you that are geographically challenged, that state that borders New Hampshire, or if you don't know where that is, because I'm way up in the pucker brush. Okay, that's out. But yeah, about 200 miles north of Boston, so that's about all the... Oh, good, a subscriber. Cool. Yeah, I've been surprised. I just make videos when I feel like it. You know, I watch a lot of these big YouTubers feel the pressure to put something out every week or twice a week, and I just have fun doing this. So I generally try to get one video out a month, maybe two. And I see some of these guys killing themselves trying to get subscribers and make money on YouTube and AdSense and all that, and it's not quite as profitable as one might think. Okay, so you didn't thread in very much. Okay, and the ball bearing is out. The ball bearing is back in. All right, and I just want to do a quick double check to make sure that I'm doing this correctly. So let's go back to that second monitor. Let's take a good look at what we got going on here. Yeah, that's going on. Gotcha. Okay. So this guy comes out. Yes. Let me make sure I have this bronze. Yeah. Okay. I got everything the right way. Good job, Paul. Good job. And I assume I am reusing the parts that came off the Reality. Okay, use to remove 2 screws from the old, remove the cover from the Bondtech, place to send them aside. Nope, I'll be using the Bondtech stuff, okay. Well, it's not exactly the easiest thing to get all lined up in here. And well, let's take the screw all the way out. Maybe that's the secret to success here, because it looks like that should fit all the way in. Maybe if I drop it a few more times, that'll help. Yeah, streaming is fun. I've got to say I enjoy it. I've really enjoyed the learning opportunity, learning from others. Okay. And I mean, my setup isn't too elaborate anyway. I mean, I just got a couple of web cameras and. Okay, one guy's in there. Boy, those prongs really chew you up. But I got a couple of friends and their kids want to start up a YouTube channel because it's supposed to be big money. It's like, where, when? But I've made a lot of friends, had a lot of fun. Okay, I'm gonna back that out a little bit more. I really wish this would fit in flush better. Okay, now that I back the screw out, let me get it back in there. There we go. That feels better. Okay, so that's good. Let's get a. I'm sure the cats have shoots and filament up over here somewhere. Let's grab some. I just want to make sure that. Oh, that's pretty brittle stuff. Great. Okay, so there is the entrance right there. Maybe I gotta snip this at an angle. This is one of the things I've run into with the other one. It's difficult to feed the material. I'm not a big fan of filament sensors, and there we go. Oh, great. I just broke the filament in there. Maybe I should use filament that's not dried out. Good idea, Paul. All right, let's grab some Ziltech. Twitch, yeah, that's interesting. I got a couple friends that do a lot of the video game stuff on Twitch, and that's all I had seen was video games. I hadn't seen much for the realm of 3D printing. Who was the guy that when I first got to 3D printing, oh, Barnacles. I really enjoyed his 3D printing and tutorials. Then he, what's the word I'm thinking now? I learned more about his personal life than I really wanted to know. Alright, I just want to see. Okay, that's gonna work good. Okay, so I just had some really crap filament going in there. Yeah, that's gonna feed good. Okay, because if I have to make any changes, I want to do this before it's attached. And good God, I got stuff everywhere. This is from the Wham Bam stuff. Okay, yeah, my streaming setup is, I got the Canon T7i. I have that going from HDMI to a Camlink 4K, which goes into one of the USB ports on the ThinkPad P72. It's got a Quadro card, and I bought it last year, top of the line. Probably embarrassed to say how much I spent on it, but it was just over $2,000 for a pretty beastie laptop. And then we have on whatever free USB ports I have, the 2 cameras, the Yeti microphone, and a few other things. So probably be better on a desktop with a bit more muscle, but it is what it is. So this guy is done. Let's go back to the second monitor and see where we're at. Install the new filament housing. As I recall, it kind of crimps onto the side. Yeah, it's gonna sit right there. And it goes in with a snap. An awkward snap, might I point out. Okay, so now this guy does his. You know, I didn't catch that on the replay. Let me take a look at his again here, because mine has the little plastic cover, which is molded on there. I really can't make it go away. So what does he do? Yeah, he's got the actual. He has access to the actual pieces there. Yeah, my other printer has that. This printer does not have access to that. The other printer, we got a rounded piece. Let me get behind the cables here. It has a rounded piece on top of this thing. So I think they had said early on, let me get back to that second monitor. Yeah, because I'm not going to have a way to get at that. So... And what I'll do is I'll show you exactly what's going on when I say that. Hey Jesse, greetings. So as you can see, this thing has this little cover plate here. So I don't have a clean shot to the, well, maybe, do I? Kinda? No. Now, there was somewhere in the instructions where they had mentioned this might get you. And I think they even had a different model. I think it was under the unboxing when they talked about the filament sensor here. Check the filament sensor housing. Okay. Well, let's take a look at the, let me go here, let's go to documents, let's throw this under Bondtech DDS. Okay. Let's open Simplify 3D and see what we get. Okay, let me move Simplify to the monitor you can see. Okay, that was my last print. Did a vase. Alright, so let's import. Let's go look at Bondtech DDS. So I wonder, this looks pretty much identical to what I am looking at. So let's take a look at what this is what they gave. Okay, this makes sense. So they've tapered this. This might work. Okay, so before I go and give up on this, let's see if I can really get that guy in there. Aha! And with a hearty snap, it's in there. So they've tapered this so that you can get around the plastic. Okay, that's kind of cool. Jesse, where are you from? I'm trying to recall. I used to do these live streams a whole lot more often, and I actually got to the point where I remembered where people were from. Time to pause for a sip. Okay, that was a filament housing. That went well. I have good news, gentlemen. We have reached the finish line. Very good. So let's scroll this guy back, and I believe our next steps are going to be firmware. And they are. And now we already have the direct drive BL Touch. Illinois. Yes, Jesse, I work, I have access to and I work on the world's largest 3D printer at the University of Maine Advanced Structures and Composite Center. And we work on some very unique projects. Let's see. With all this COVID stuff, we've been down for a while, but we're getting ready to do some big things here shortly. But yeah, I got lucky. I have the opportunity to work in a field I love. After 25 years of working in IT, I had an opportunity to be hired, and of course my first love is 3D printing, so it's been quite something. Yeah, it's been just over a year. There is a new lady in my life. She's great. Okay, I am going to kick over here and let's see, M3 net, yeah, by 2. I got a couple of those. M3 by 8 by 4. Okay, we already had the BL Touch mount. So what they're recommending is having the wire pass through that. Okay. So what I'll show you guys over here is, so we have the mount right here. So what we're going to have to do, and I'm hoping I don't have too many wires tangled up over here. So I should well, you're going to route around here with everything. Oh, you're sitting on the box, is why. Trying to make sure I have enough slack for everything. Okay, so one thing we're going to have to do is if we want, yeah, so we're going to have to unplug you for a moment. We're going to have to run the wire down here. And this has such a small connection. The thing with these BL Touches is they don't exactly snap into place. Okay. And oh, did I did this to myself, didn't I? Yes, I did. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll this guy connected first before I do the wiring. Oops, if I don't kick the camera, it will work even better. Okay, I need some M3 by 8s, which I think I have. Greetings, Earthlings. That's a great welcome. Hello. You haven't missed too much. We just got the filament out sensor set up and attached. We have some fine malt beverages. Okay, I want to find and make sure that I have, I think these are 8mm. my snipper right here. I prefer socket head over using like a Phillips head or anything else, so. Alright, these guys are, these are 10. Hello, Danielle. Let's see. And 6. Well, it's not my preferred way to do it, but to have the exact size, I'll have to use these. These are the 8s. And they are Phillips head. Okay, we needed 4, so we'll do that. I drink responsibly. Well, I mean, every now and then, right? It's not like I go out of control and start ranting and things of that nature, so I'm kind of harmless. Alright, so these guys are set to go. We should... let's get this BL Touch attached up. Okay, what else do I need? I need some M3. I'm only going to need 2 of the nuts. 2 nuts. That sounded funny in my head. Chug, 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 chug. Go ahead, Caleb. Pour yours. Okay, let's get the nylon inserts. I'd like to have some music playing in the background, but I don't want to get the YouTube strike. Do I have, now that I have all this stuff out, I should probably think ahead here and get a Phillips head. But let's see if my big fat finger can get a couple twists on this. Yeah, the FT6. Actually, that we got some plans for that. That was doing okay. That the FT6, that MKS board's been giving me some issues. The biggest complaint I've had is when it does the BL Touch probing, and you know, of course, that bed is 720 by 300, so it takes about 7 or 8 minutes to do all the BL Touch probing. Sometimes it would detect electrical noise and just... Well, the chat's not showing up. I haven't changed anything, honest. Make sure you don't have it hidden, because you don't want to miss these buggers giving me a hard time. Alright, let's get a good size Phillips. This is... I probably could have used that yesterday. Let's see. The toolkit from Jeffrey would be perfect for what I'm trying to do. Is the chat being wonky? Let me do a refresh on my end here. You know, it looks okay here. Let me, yeah, I'm seeing it on the YouTube feed. I think my YouTube feed is roughly 1 minute time delayed. Okay. So many tools. Let's go with, because I don't want to strip these guys out. That one looks like the safest one. And pliers would probably be a good idea too. What do I do with those? Doo-doo-doo. Remarkably, they were right where I left them. Note to self, I need to place a giant order to Amazon and MasterCard or whoever. There we go. And get a pile of the specialized metric stuff I need. Ha! Good question, Kate. I don't know why it's doing that. And I'm running out of spots to do this. Okay. Okay, that connector is in. Good, good. One thing's for sure, this control box is going to have to stay fairly close. And there's that. Okay, let's go to the other camera because I'm sure the next step is to attach it to the side here. And it certainly is. Let's take a peek at what they're doing over here. 70% of the time, right? Okay, so that's where all that's gonna go. See, and again, this is what's cool. The holes are there so that if you bought this kit and didn't want to do this part, you have the ability to add it later. I mean, that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's go to the 615. All right, now the fun part, I really am not crazy about using Phillips head because they're so easy to strip. Fingers are going to try to do this with the camera next to me. Oh, and of course, it's a magnetic tip, so it pulls the magnet right out. Okay, unfortunately, the beer's in the way. You know, for every time I drop the screws out of this thing, I should have to take a sip of beer. Oh, 713 Maker is really nice stuff. attach it here because it's a little tight quarters here. Okay. Hopefully, you guys can see that okay. We're going to have to secure some wires here, obviously. And let me try to make that a smooth transition here for you. Okay, and oh, the cat walked by and bumped her head on the valve of my chair, so I am now sitting about 4 inches lower to the ground. Nice. Okay, let's look at the chat buffer here. Let me get caught up, and this thing is still playing. Stop, 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 just stop. Okay, so the time works. I finally got the complete. Yeah, he offers a magnetic bed plate that is pretty freaking impressive, and yeah, I saw that. My FT5, there were so many things that are falling out of place on it. I'm really not sure where to start on that, so that's why I'm working on the FT6. The FT6 I mentioned a little bit. I started the talk, then I got distracted by the printer. The FT6 that I have en route to me now. I have, in the stack of stuff over there, I have a SKR 1.4 turbo, and my friend has sent over, Trevor, has sent over an adapter that goes to that so that it allows you to run a rep firmware. So essentially, you have all the benefits of like a Duet Wi-Fi minus spending big bucks for Duet Wi-Fi. They got this little controller board. And I've been working with him, and he wanted to see my Marlin firmware that I have on this. He thinks it's going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy to make it all work, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. What I've been doing on my FT6 is I've been going through the MKS. I got a nice little label maker here and labeling every cable so that when it's time to do that upgrade, unplug, plug, and off we go. Yeah, aluminum can be expensive, and you know, especially the whole machining process. Okay, and how do I have mine set on the other one? Okay, on my other DDS, I have this being fed through the front, and then what we're going to do is attach a bunch of zip ties here. But yeah, I have a lot of respect for machinists and their margins. Okay, routing the cables. Let's take a look at what they have here. Let me go to the second monitor. Let's. Okay, so they're talking about how that should go. Well, it would have been really nice to route that cable before I went and screwed it all in. Jeez, guys. I mean, I suppose I can do it the other way, but it kind of stinks to make that change after having just... But I assume they're thinking I've already done something. A 640 CNC mill? I don't even know. I can't even imagine what those things must cost. I know for a long time I was fascinated by the Tormach machines. And a couple of my friends that are CNC guys were just going, no. Haas. You want Haas. Alright, unfortunately all my zip ties I have, I think, are multicolored. Perfect. So it looks like I'm going to have to be a little inventive on how I wrap this guy. Well, actually, this might require the bigger one. these guys. And the chair valve. Oh, jeez. I think I need a new chair. The valve keeps on kicking. Is that your work, Molly? And so what I'm doing here is I want to wrap this guy up and behind, because I don't want this door to tag the BL Touch. I want that BL Touch to have a little bit of room right there. Good. And let's move you here. I really don't want to have multiple colors, so what color do I have the most of? Apparently I have the most of neon green. Nice. So this is up behind here now. Trying to keep that away from any motor cables. Alright, and what does our instruction or destruction say about they don't really give us any real grand details about what to do next. Okay. That's alright, I kind of remember. You know, it's times like this I wish I had a Discord channel so everybody could talk back and forth. Actually, I do have a Discord channel, but I use it for the flying, for our DCS squad. Okay, so I'm not sure how well you can see this, but I'm basically trying to secure that BL Touch wire along this braided line here, and I'll trim all that stuff as I get closer. I think like 2 more will be fine. Yeah, right? Yeah, we are Discord, but we use it for our flying where we mostly talk trash. Okay. Now the fun part is I literally have nothing hooked up on this printer. If anything, I'm noticing that I need to get rid of my, let me get the other camera looking at it here. Somewhere here there's a mouse. Da-da-da. So, a couple of things that need to go. This has to go because we're not using that Z-limit switch. And these twist ties I can put back in the bag. Where's my beer? Here's my beer. Alright. And there. I wish my chair would stay working. That would be really cool. Good God, we're up to 6 viewers. This is a crazy busy channel. Let's see. All right, so I need to find the right size Allen wrench. I should probably put some stuff away first before I make a bigger mess. Okay, awesome. All these bits. That's a good spot for it. Ooh, looky, there's a beer. Okay, as mentioned earlier, now that we have a BL Touch, we need to get rid of the this Z bracket thing, which is firmly attached to the T. I think I can get away with just... I can. And the T-nut, well, no, I should probably resecure that top one. Do I really want to do that? Yeah, I suppose I gotta. I should do it correctly. So, as you can see, what I should do is, there we go. One of these that used to go to this other sub-assembly. So this was the Z limit switch that was attached to the T. But here's the thing: the screws that were in use were a lot bigger, so I'm gonna need to find something the exact same size as these guys. Do I have that? As I hunt through the stack of stuff. Alright, miscellaneous. Nope, nothing there. Oh, I think this would work. Maybe? Oh my God. This is the beauty of never throwing anything away. Look at that. Okay. Get you. And so I just received today 2 more spools of filament that I need to do reviews on. 2 from Area One, the people that make the Thinker SC that I recently did a first thoughts on. I really like that printer. For a CR-10S clone with 22.8 drivers for $400 or whatever the sales usually are, that thing is really impressive. The only thing that I have issues with is that they don't have eccentric nuts, so you really can't tighten things up as with anything that needs to be tightened up. And the way that they built the machine, every now and then I'm noticing on this with the gantry, it gets off, and it seems like when they assembled it, they didn't fully flush fit the couplers to the Z lead screws. It's not a hard fix, but for a beginner, they're going to be like, what? So, yeah. So I've asked them about that, and they said that they were working on making improvements, which I would have never heard from G-Tech. Still don't understand that company. I cannot forgive them for the piece of landfill they sent me called a G-Tech A10 that was dead out of the box. Okay, so we got rid of that. £55 of 6 months. These are my abs. These are my abdominal beer storage. True story, 2 years ago I lost 41 pounds. So I went from 222 to 180, so 42. I'm currently weighing in at about 192. I'd like to be less. I've been trying to stick with the keto diet, but I feel like I've kind of plateaued on that. So I'm realizing that not all carbs are bad. So I think maybe I need to cut back on some of the fats a little bit. I'm at that gym every day though, but yeah, it's you know, and then I'm a little bit older than 21, so it seems like it's, you just think about it and it's there. But if you ever remember the TV show Everyone Loves Raymond, remember the father? Come on in, unbutton your pants, sit down. There are some days I can relate to that. Oh, Abonix. I haven't heard that expression in a long time. Someone told me I needed to see something on YouTube. I think it was an interview with a comedian where they were saying they have the most dangerous job in the world right now because everybody is so thin-skinned. Good Lord, you can't make fun of anybody or make a wisecrack at anyone without them being offended or come after you. And it's a kind of a weird time we live in. Yeah, keto, low carb, yeah. I like it overall, but clearly I need to make some changes. All right, so the next step is going to be the addition of the firmware. But I think what I should do first is I should get this thing plugged in because I have all of these cables everywhere. And I have this guy back here, which I wonder what that goes to. Let me double check the connectors here. Because I'm trying to figure out what that cable, now that's, I guess I want to be looking at the unboxing. I'm not entirely sure. I get the feeling that this adapter cable on the back of one of these, I'm trying to remember what that goes to. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything on the installation real quick here. Because I remember I ran into this last time wondering, where does that cable go? Oh, here we go. Connect to the extrusion box. Let's look at that really quick. Let's go big screen. Okay, so that's, aha, that's my filament sensor. Gotcha. Okay, so let's get some stuff plugged in. Let's move some things around. All right, and I may or may not want to. Well, it does have to reach all the way over here, so okay. I guess that makes a little bit of sense. You know, as much as people have told me awful things about them, I still have a weakness for that 500 millimeter CR-10S. Here we go. Alright. Climbing around the back of the printer here and getting some connectors plugged in. these cable connectors are a little challenging, okay? So there's that. Now, inside, I have all these connectors here. Okay, you are Y. You're way over here. This is all my X. This is the other Z. This is filament out sensor up top. The Z limits switch we don't use. And move around again. An R2Q5. I'm always fascinated when I come back to the discussion what I have or have not missed. You guys are great. Okay, now, all right, this is got to be X, yeah. That's my X motor, and this is E. E is going to go on the side of this guy, as that is going to control our extruder. Okay, and you know, sometimes I do things that make me wonder. I really wish I had not put the filament out sensor before I put these guys in. Son of a biscuit. Well, just think about how good I'm getting at this. Alright, this is never a good time. How do I get at that sensor without losing my marbles? I think I need to do the motor from behind. Okay, that's done. Now the fun. Fun is getting into this thing. How much can I move you? Okay, let's get that out of the way. Thank you, Creality, for covering that. That makes so much sense. Then we gotta put this guy back. Okay, we didn't kill the cable. Hooray. So as you can see, the wire management is going to be a little interesting. Now, next step is we're gonna have to plug this guy into a USB port, and I don't think I have a free USB port. Unless I grab another laptop. Losing my marbles is fun. Yeah, it's stepping on them, that's the tricky part. Alright, let's get a power cord on this guy. Alright, we got power. Okay, so let me look at your chat buffer. Alex, hello. 8 viewers. Well, hello everybody. Take a little break here. Allagash white, Belgian style white beer. Nummy. All right. I always cringe when I say all right because I say that so much. But anyway, so there it is. Now it's time to flash firmware. I think I'm going to have to go upstairs and get my laptop because the current laptop is using every port it has for the video. Yeah, nice socks, I know. Unfortunately, when you have vascular issues with circulation and a family history of blood clots, it's what you have to do. Don't you feel bad now that you made fun of my socks, which support my well-being? Shame on you. Let's see. I hate wearing them, but boy, they make a big difference. It's called lymphedema, and it's no fun. My advice to you is just don't get old. Okay, I'm looking at the next steps. The firmware is what we're gonna need. Oh, that's the other kit. I don't know why they have a... I'm just looking at the second monitor here. On the big printer at work, I really can't actually. We have a couple things queued up. And, oh, I gotta tell you. We did that boat, we did a shelter, and we have some very interesting things in the works. Of course, the nature of my work is we do a lot of work with our military partners, so I can't discuss those. But yeah, we do have some cool things coming, and I am sure when they are done, they will certainly be making the rounds on the press. And I'm also working with, I'd like to do another video with my project manager and answer a lot of the questions that the first video discussed. We had talked about a lot of things about the boat print, what went well, what didn't go well. And that video, gosh, I'm trying to remember how many views that video has. I think it has like 150,000 views. I was amazed. Let's see. Let me do, I'm going to throw the starting soon. Actually, I'll just leave this right over here. I'm going to go grab my other laptop so that we can go and we can get this guy going here. We want to make sure we got the CR-10S. And with the new BL Touch. Yep, that's the correct one right there. So let me get the laptop so we can flash the firmware, and I'll be happy to tell you about what I do at work. swapping my other laptop. I think this guy has a charge on it. I don't use this one too often. This is my travel one. Okay, you can boot up. Let me look in the chat buffer. Thank you, Jesse. Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, DoD among others. Yeah, So I'm a 3D print lab manager, so I handle the 3D printer. Specifically, I take care of the small scale 3D printers. Oops, I'm trying to remember which password this one is. So we have 2 Ultimaker S5s. Those are mounted in special enclosures that have fire extinguishers and air filtration built in. 3D print cleans. Got a Lelsbot Task 6. We have a Gigabot X. I've been spending a lot of time on the Gigabot X. It's a pellet-fed, big 3D printer. Interesting machine. Gigabot makes some pretty interesting stuff. And printing with pellets has been something new to me. Yum. Okay, how much charge do I have? Oh, this is going to be okay. Let me go to the Bondtech site. Oh, is it on GitHub? Oh, even better, GitHub. All right, so I'm doing that real quick. Trying to remember what else. So we get a lot of requests from the students that are doing research for various prints they need to do. So basically, as you can imagine, in a laboratory environment and research, we got to track everything, especially when we're doing a lot of these projects for our various supporters. So there's a lot of tracking to do. But yeah, we went with Ultimaker S5s, and those are such nice machines. So basically, I do small, medium, and large scale. The Ingersoll Master Print, which is the big one that you saw the boat printed on. That's an amazing piece of machinery. It's literally a printer that can kill you if you're not careful. It looks like something out of Tron. You guys have seen the videos. Bioprinting? I don't know. We have across the street from us, we have advanced manufacturing. I'm getting all kinds of messages today. Woo-hoo! Advanced manufacturing does metal printing. Sweet. Thank you, Caleb. I don't wear them for style. He's making fun of my stockings, guys. You should shame him. Shame him. I'm not wearing them for style. I'm wearing them for a medical reason. But if you think that's fun to make fun of, then okay. So let's go to the step-by-step guide. And I'm looking at the link right here for the Bondtech firmware. That's where I want to go right there. Alright, so let's see. We do have a ModX 120. Yeah, we do have one of the new ModX 120s. We had bought one last year. We do have that one. I think that's in the process of being put together. We recently got hold of the, I'm trying to remember if it's version 2 or 3, but it's the one that has, I think it's a Titan Arrow, and it has the 4 lead screws. That was interesting because I had to do the tilt calibration on that, and that's quite a machine. Okay, so let's go over here to the second monitor. So that's the one I want. Okay. Download. Oh, let's make a folder on my laptop here so I can grab the right one. lucky dog. Well, there are days. Let's see. It's very fast-paced. Okay, I'm downloading the firmware on my other laptop. The USB cord. I must have one. Seems like most of these are all attached to Octoprints. Oh, that worked. As they all fall down. I suppose I could use the one that came with the printer. And let's get this photo plugged in. I assume they want us to flash this using Cura. I think I got Cura on this thing. Oops. Plugging into the HDMI port won't go very far. Yay. Okay, on my other laptop over here, let's fire up Windows Explorer. Okay, where did I put this? I put this under Bondtech DDS. Let's see, let's use 7-zip and extract it. Okay, it's extracted. All right, so we're looking at their instructions. Let's look at that page. Yep, we're plugged in. I'm pretty sure it's gonna show. Oh, really? This version of Cura? Machine settings and upload. Wow, this is version 15.4. Yeah. Oh, guys, when I got into 3D printing back in 2013, 15.4 was like, oh, amazing. Okay, I don't have that version on this laptop. Let's see, what version of Cura do I have? 4.0. Wow, it's been a while. Well, all I have to do is flash it. So I believe that's going to be under machine settings and yeah, install custom firmware. I'm surprised they haven't updated their guide to show the newer version of Cura. You can download 15.4 here. That's funny. "13 viewers, holy cow." Well, if you like the video, by all means, give me a like. I'd appreciate that. As always, we have that empty little tip jar over there. Goes for the fine malt beverages. So what I need to do here, I have to go under settings. Wow, this version of Cura is quite something. Okay, preferences, configure, printers. Okay, there it is. Update firmware. And it's saying there's no connection with the printer because it's being dumb. Come on. I remember going through this with the last version. Is it because you want to be powered on? Nope. Because you're still booting. Ah, they got the dun dun dun. It's sitting at Creality 3D. Come on. One Mississippi, two Mississippi. Oh, why can't I just do this with there it is. Okay, that's back up. Update firmware and I can show you where that is. Stand by. And okay, I'm still waiting for. It's not asking me the baud rate. I was expecting something along those lines. Okay. I'll throw it in the chat buffer. Dun dun dun. Okay. Upload custom firmware. Boy, it kind of sat there for a little while. This is what I was waiting for. Okay. Bondtech DDS. Boom. Open. Uploading firmware. Hooray. Ha ha ha. Dun dun dun. Dr. Jones. Dr. Jones. All right, so it just takes Cura about a full minute to detect that the printer was indeed plugged in. So we're good there. I am hoping that I got the wiring right on the BL Touch. But the next thing that we're going to do will be the 3D Maker Noob Z offset video. Did I miss anything? Nope, good. Firmware update completed. Marlin 119. Bondtech CR-10S ready. Nice. Do I have Simplify 3D on this machine? No, I bet I don't. Because I'm out of licenses, I bet. Yep, I am. Do I have Pronterface on here? Oh my god, I do. It's such an awful program. Okay. Oops, that's too fast spot rate. Let's go to 115.2. Hey, there it is. Sweet. Okay, let's have a little fun over here. Let's see what happens when I try to. Okay, nothing's gonna happen because I don't have power turned on. Haha. Okay, Y has homed. Oh my god, crap's working. The BL Touch is blinking. I have no idea if that's a good thing or not. We go to the control box. Control, BL Touch. Okay, self-test is happy. Stop that. Thank you. And I'm ringing. Dun, 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 dun. Print a benchy. Ha. let me... Why can't I do this? Pop. Here we go. 1 second here. I'm gonna... We're getting closer, guys. It's alive, right? How about that? Okay, and... Why does my thing keep saying no internet connection? That's kind of dumb. So the good news is... it seems to be working. I think I deserve a sip of beer for that. Okay, so that part's been done. Hip, hip, hooray. Now... Oh, did ya? Ah, I think the beer mug fills up if you do the YouTube super chat thing. I think there's a $sign or whatever there at the bottom of your chat, next to the emoji thing. But the PayPal one goes direct because YouTube gets 50% of whatever you get. So. Why do she hate me? I'm so likable. Am I on the big screen again? Is the baby getting quality entertainment? Oh, there's my ruler. Yes, yes, thank you. Yeah, I didn't get any notification yet, but let me look. I have so many emails I don't know. Yes! Thank you. $10. That's another 4-pack of these guys. Allagash White, the unofficial non-sponsor of this evening. Okay, so the machine's moving. Hey, look. I can see myself. The only concern I have is my cable management. I have a feeling that this cable could get in the way when this guy is moving and trying to home, but we'll fix that later. The, oh, is it 10:44? Okay. The hard deck for this mission is 11 o'clock, because I gotta get up in the morning, go to a laboratory where it's 92 degrees, work around printers that generate a tremendous amount of heat, and have a good time. In that order. So let me look at what I got here. I got, I wonder if my BL Touch is really working. Let's go to 3D Maker News video. Actually, I have all the notes. I mean, I know roughly what I got to do. Do I have a Z offset? So I'm going to have to pull that up on the terminal window. I wish you guys could see what I'm doing, because it's actually educational. Oh, how many of these have I had? Just this one. Just this one lowly beer. I'm looking for 3D Maker Noob Z offset. If you guys have not seen this video and you have printers with BL Touch, it's a short, concise, excellent video. Okay, I got the sound off so you guys won't get blared out here. So let's go to the second monitor, and let me keep an eye on the time, 10:46. Okay, good. So yep, we've done that. Well, yeah, at work, yeah, we could use some air conditioning. That'd be really sweet. Okay, here's the fun part. What did he click on? He just click on. He clicked on home. Okay, so what we're gonna do. Oh, I hope this doesn't crash. I hope. All right, let's hit home and be ready on the power button. Ooh, it's deployed the probe. That sounds so wrong. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Oh, you crashed. Wait a minute. Why is my BL Touch? No, okay. Oh, you know what it is? I think the lead screws aren't in sync. I also wonder what my Z offset is. Tune. Holy crap, the Z offset is set to negative 2.3. No wonder it's trying to grind away in there. Oh, hang on. I can kill that through a command. Are you plugged in? Yes, you are. All right. Why is that not taking? Hey, Paul. The probe is extended. It's hard to tell from the angle, but yeah, that probe is deployed. If I go into control, oops, sorry, I want to go under tune. Oh boy, boy, boy. Oh, I don't want to set that Z offset manually like that. That sucks. SD and it failed. That's not promising. 14. Hey, John. God, a lot of you guys I haven't seen in like forever. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out why the probe thingy. Yeah, it's blinking. Why is it blinking though? Man, I hope I don't have those wire pinouts done wrong, because it should be lit up while it's doing that. I suppose I could look at the other one and compare, but I really don't want to redo those pins. Well, this is not a terrible spot to hang it up on. I'm good. Your work is busy. Life is good. And I think I messed up. Well, I got a red blinking. I'm just wondering if I totally, with that probe touching, that should have stopped stuff. But this thing also has a Z offset set to something like negative 2.3. So that could have caused my crunch too. Okay. All right, so I'm sending this thing commands, and it's taking a really long time to respond. Maybe I should do an M503 or something. Trying to remember how that I think M503 will display what's going on. There it is. Okay, my Z offset showing is Z00. Okay, good. So that's my M503. That's my active settings. So what if I move axis, let's move Z, let's move it 10 millimeters up, and kabang. And I probably can't do it because I got the printer off. Here we go. What I'm unsure about is well, you still see, I don't understand why it's blinking. That's my big question. When I have and the probe should be deployed. So let's go over here. I'm second guessing my wiring. Wow, that's a really terrible angle with the light. Let's turn this big light off. Does that help at all? Yeah, probably not. Doo-doo. See that blink? That should not be blinking. Jake from State Farm. 212. Boom. Okay, that's done. See, that's okay. I'm getting some reply. I don't like pronter face. I'm not really getting all the answers I want. Okay, so when I tell this thing to go under the BL, no, you little bugger. Reset BL touch. Self-test. Okay, see that guy's working. See, that's why I'm wondering if I just have the serial inputs wrong. Well, there's really no G code so far. I mean, the only thing I'm just basically moving it with using the included firmware. But the fact that the thing is sitting there blinking tells me I hate to open that box back up, but I'm pretty damn sure I screwed it up. And the surest fix is if I go over to the other one and compare. And I don't want to do that tonight, because I'm lazy. Oh, I have a viewer. Cool. Yay. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm really curious about why that thing is blinking, because they should not be doing that. Boy, I was almost sure I had all that wiring perfect. I even had the wire diagram. But 1056, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I had the same problem when I installed my BNG clone. I had to unplug and replugged the cable back in several times before it started to work. Yeah, well, inside this control box, it's kind of a drag to do that. Let me do the, let me search the interweb. And actually, I got the laptop in front of me. The second one anyway. Okay, BL touch blinking. If the red LED flashes to 80% due to 3D printing, check the wiring of the red. Okay, so according to the AntClab's website, it could be the connector or the wiring. The field touch will blink its red LED when it did not successfully complete the self-test to be blah blah blah. Okay, so there's the only thing I can suspect, since it didn't trigger. Maybe my wiring is good on my 3 wires, but I think where it's plugged into the motherboard on the limit switch, the Z limit switch, I think maybe either it's not connected all the way, or I might have it reversed. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'll crack the other printer open that has a working Bondtech DDS setup and verify how that's all plugged in, and hopefully not disturb it. And then duplicate that here, and then I will do another stream tomorrow night, and perhaps we can do a test print. Oh, yeah, Todd, you mentioned that twice, but it looks like it seems to really want to be around the front of the printer. I have the same on the other one. So I don't know if it should be, I don't know if that cable should be around the back, because here's the kick, okay? And let me show you on this right here. Here's the kick, is because right here is the filament sensor, and it's in front of this crossbar. So that's why I think it wants to be in front. I could be wrong. Cross wire. And my chair keeps on falling down. Thank you, Molly. Okay, I think it's time to wrap it up for the night. Yeah, like I said, the one that I like the most is this one I showed you here with Joe, our friend from 3D Maker Noob. Nice guy too. This video is excellent. Okay, everybody, thanks for tuning in for my adventure tonight. I wanted to see if I could get this going. We're a little bit closer. It looks like I definitely have a wiring issue based on the red blinking. If I was a betting man, I'm going to bet that the black and white to wire need to be reversed, but I'll crack open the other machine and double check. So, thanks for watching. We'll do it again tomorrow night for a little while, get a test print going on this thing, and hopefully that will go smooth. Really looking forward to see how that new surface works. So, as I always say, remember, this is where nerdy is cool. Thanks for watching. We'll try it again tomorrow night, and I'm going to go upstairs where the air conditioning is really, really nice.